Okay, when it comes to doing squares and cubes, it's pretty straightforward. So one thing you might see is 5 to the second power, or 5 squared. The 5 is the base and the 2 is the exponent. So this means 5 to the second power, or 5 squared. One way to think about this is literally as a square. So if you think about having 5 squares on this side and 5 squares on this side, again, 5 squared, or 5 times 5, that would give you a total of 25 squares. So 5 squared could also be considered 5 times 5, or 25. So that's your answer. 5 squared is 25. Another thing to consider is if you have a negative. So -7 squared like this means -7 times -7. 7 times 7 is 49, and then when you have a negative times a negative, it's a positive. So -7 squared is 49. Cubes are when we go three-dimensional. So again, if you want to think about this visually, you can think about this as 2 to the third power, or 2 cubed, means 2 by 2, it's not a straight line, by 2. So that means we have 2 times 2 times 2, or 8. So 2 cubed is 8. You could also say -5 cubed, or -5 to the third, which means -5 times -5 times -5. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, and then you have to keep track of your sign. A negative times a negative is a positive, times a negative is a negative. So 5 to the third, or sorry, -5 to the third is -125. And that is the basic overview of squares and cubes. Try the worksheets for more practice, and if you're interested, schedule a tutoring appointment for a more in-depth discussion.